Hi guys, welcome to LAX2003's Group 75's second discussion video. So all of us, I believe, watched Interstellar, right? Yeah.
Yes.
How do you? Are you guys happy about it? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
So, the movie, okay, just a bit of background. So the movie, I'm gonna read from Wikipedia because I can't really give do the movie a justice. Okay. In the future, where Earth is becoming uninhabitable, farmer and ex-NASA pilot Cooper is asked to pilot a spacecraft along with a team of researchers to find a new planet for humans. Okay. So it's just a guy on a dying planet flying into outer space through wormholes and stuff, technical jargon, trying to save the planet. That's the gist. He's a good pilot. Okay.
And very handsome.
So the very handsome. Oh, very. Oh. Okay, so directed by the very famous Christopher Nolan, one of his most notable movies, I guess, The Dark Knight, yeah, yeah, and Inception, of course. Mm, so yeah, the movie stars the absolutely, I don't know how to describe him. That is very describe him politely. Matthew McConaughey, an absolute hunk of. Not gonna continue with that. Okay, and then playing the character Cooper, yeah, the pilot, the NASA pilot Cooper, and then we have Anne Hathaway, the lovely Anne Hathaway playing Dr. Brand, yeah, Jessica Chastain playing the older Murphy, Michael Caine playing Professor Brand, and other. Oh, of course, Matt Damon. Yeah, Matt Damon as the antagonist, borderline antagonist. Yeah, and other minor roles, the now famous Timothy Chalamet playing the Tiny Cooper. I forgot his name, whatever. Okay, okay. So, who would like to go first with the review?
So me.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Yeah. So after watch the movie, which is Interstellar, I feel very amazed with every single part of it. So as all know, this movie is an adventure and science fiction movie. This movie started when Earth is not suitable anymore for human being to live, and the crop also damaged due to disease make food like wheat, potatoes, and rice impossible to grow. Cooper, father of Mohd, is the one of the explorers on mission to find a new home for human being because Earth is dying that time. This movie cast by amazing actors such as Matthew McConaughey, who acts as Cooper, which is the main actor that give a lot of impact for me. Mackenzie Foy, who acts as 10 years old Morph, also did a very good acting on this movie. Moreover, Timothy Chalamet, which is quite famous now, acting as Tom, that is a brother to Morph that make this movie more perfect to me. There is a lot of other cast in this movie that make the movie incredible to watch. As mentioned before, in Earth future, a global crop blight and second dust bowl are slowly rendering the planet uninhabitable. Professor Brown, which is Michael Caine, a brilliant NASA physicist, is working on plan to save the mankind by transporting Earth's population to a new home via a wormhole, like they said before. But first, Brand must send former NASA pilot Cooper, which is a Matthew McConaughey, and a team of researchers through the wormhole and across the galaxy to find out which of three planets could be mankind's new home. Before their exploration, there's another exploration which is Lazarus, which led by Dr. Man, which is I really hate in this movie, to discover a planet that's suitable for living. Cooper exploration, which named Endurance, is the mission to choose the three planets that's suitable because Dr. Man and his team cannot send the message to the Earth due to far from it. In this movie, I love the storyline, which include family love, and sacrifice for our future generation. The movie really mind-blowing because it shows an overview for 5 dimension. As we all know, we are still in a 4 dimension world which we cannot control the time. But Cooper made it that should be communicate with Morph. I also love the scientific term used such as relativity that make it look very real. Last but not least, I love the soundtrack of this movie, which made by one of my favorite composer, Hans Zimmer. Overall, Interstellar was a very great movie with a ton of mind-blowing incident that really made me watch the movie several times without being bored. Uh, I really recommend this movie to someone who loves science and very adventuring scene. For me, I will give 100 over 10 for this movie. So yeah, that's my review for this Interstellar movie.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. That was a great review. Tough act to follow. All right. Okay. My opinion of it. I mean, of course, it was an amazing movie, not without criticism, of course. I would like to start by saying Matthew McConaughey, great performance. His breathy articulation, the way he just whispers words and stuff. But no, that's his sort of his signature, I guess. Jessica Chastain. I would argue that Jessica Chastain, Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, those three, they really carried the movie because from the beginning and the end, it was really eventful. And then you get to the middle part, which is a bit quiet. It's just like there's nothing much happening. So during those moments, I feel like uh, Jessica, Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, they really carried the entire movie. You can't deny that it's a very visually, auditorily charged movie. The sort of what do you call it? Visual effects. The visual effects are amazing. The sound design is amazing. You have the music composed by Hans Zimmer. Just it was so emotional. Just the music itself. I remember after I finished watching the movie, I listened to it for 2 hours straight, nonstop, just like trying to absorb the emotions and crying my balls out. Yeah, it was just really emotional. And that brings me to my next point, which is that the movie really hinged on emotions more than yes, you can't argue that it's a very sciencey movie. It's full of stuff that is incomprehensible for a regular child. But I thought that the emotion aspect of it was too much, especially towards the end. That's where you see Christopher Nolan sort of slipping away. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, that's but overall, of course, it was a very well written movie. Can't deny that. Academy Award worthy. Their win for best visual effects was, of course, it was they deserved it. They definitely deserved it. Mm, yeah, that's all. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. It was a great movie, but to me, it just wasn't. It didn't hit all the right notes. It hit many of the right notes, but not all of them. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
I think I'm going next. So honestly, I do enjoy watching Interstellar as it successfully blow my mind with the way they are putting the stories. It was filled with emotion and intensity, with suspense, action, and human survival. And overall, it was incredible. And this movie also never failed to amaze me with the cinematography because it managed to look absolutely stunning thanks to the cinematographer, Ben Hoytama, because nothing looks out of place or looks too weird. Besides, I love how this movie not only about finding new home for humanity in interstellar destination, but it is a emotional sci-fi drama, also a unbreakable relationship between a father and a daughter, which has been portrayed in memorable manner. And one of the most memorable scene for me is the moment when Cooper left the Earth for space mission, and then when he checked the logs of past year, he found that his little daughter is of his age now, and I think you guys can imagine that would be more than the tears since Cooper had left her. Um, Besides, I want to talk about how Interstellar can give me some life lessons through it. It makes me realize that there are many more secrets that left to be discovered. Have you guys ever think that there could be other planets in other galaxy outside there, or maybe there could be different living things or an alternate universe? Well, who knows, right? But I know there are some people who are working to discover all these things, and this movie also show me it takes time to innovate or discover something because we need to be patient and shouldn't be give up easily because it takes time to get something good. We can take example the scene where Murph had took more than 50 years before she truly solved the equation that Professor Brent set out to solve. So overall, I would say Interstellar is an amazing and incredible movie, and I would like to recommend it to those who love adventure, sci-fi or about space movie. So that's all from me. Thank you.
So I'll be the next. So tonight I'm going to give a short review regarding the movie Interstellar that was out back in 2014. A little introduction. The movie was directed by Christopher Nolan, who are known as a very talented director and having a very unique way in portraying his vision in movies he's directing. The movie itself, Interstellar, is actually a science fiction movie with a little bit of twist in the plot, making it more interesting for the audience, including myself, to decipher. The movie started with a scene in the future where humanity's survival was threatened. Due to due to the dust storm keep on coming, Murph, which is Cooper's daughter, found a weird dust pattern on the floor and later on managed to decipher the coordinate in binary code. And then both of them follow the coordinate, which they end up in the secret NASA facility. The secret facility is headed up by, as we know as Professor John Brand, who used to be Joseph's supervisor back when he's still serving in NASA. After a long discussion between the team regarding the possibility of a new planet that can be occupied by human, Professor John Brand offered Joseph to hop into the spaceship and pilot to endurance. As he's not happy on leaving his children, especially Murph, he lastly decide to take up the offer not only to help the entire humanity from extinction, but also due to him yearning to be back in space. Leaving the Earth, the crew consists of Dr. Emilia Brand, who is Professor John's granddaughter, the Dr. Romilly, Dr. Doyle, and two robots named Task and Case. Needed to be stressed here that the relative time between Earth and space are totally different. After years and years of exploration, The couple then got sucked into a massive hole that was constructed by the past and future human across different period of time. He realized then that he's not the one that will change the future of human, but his daughter is. He knew that he needed to communicate with Merv about the quantum data to solve the gravitational theory for their original plan, which is Plan A. Luck was uh, on his side, and Merv managed to catch the binary codes through the watch that Joseph left her back when she was a kid. The movie then ended when Merv managed to crack the formula and save humanity from extinction. Joseph, which is Cooper, then was picked up and weaponized on the space habitat orbiting in Saturn, I guess. But only find to that his daughter is dying due to old age. Merv then urged Joseph to leave because she insisted that no parent should watch their own child dying in front of them. Leaving behind his daughter again, he continued his journey to find Dr. Emilia, who still stranded somewhere in unknown planet. I can conclude that Interstellar is a very interesting movie to watch as it can challenge your brain to think out of the box. When it comes to science fiction movie, not so many people can portray an excellent description of space exploration, but Christopher Nolan did it. In this movie, we can see how Cooper loved his children so much that he would sacrifice everything just to make sure the world that his children living won't be destroyed. Overall, I give this movie an 9 over 10, and I can wait for the Interstellar 2. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ikbal. I guess I will go next. From the others review, I think you all say that the movie was very awesome, and yes, true, there's certain criticism to the movie, but I think that the Interstellar is still an impressive because the director itself, which is a Christopher Nolan, do the movie which create the combination of the uh, scientific and fiction and also the adventure that makes me very excited to watch it. But at first, I think I would give the movie only 3 out of 10. But after watching it, from the plot at the beginning and the ending, and the combination between the plot of beginning and ending, which is the relativity of time, when the when Cooper found that the fifth dimensional, which is it connect to the first plot, where they found that the binary codes, and when Cooper tried to leave and move, and that's all because of the ghost itself, ghost which is the father, that makes me love the movie more, which is as the use of science, which is we know that relativity we can turn back time and all right, but it creates a motivation to us human that maybe in the future we can do that thing. So I love that the combination of imagination and the realistic, right? So also, I also read the facts about the plot, which is in the water planet. You know, right? Water planet. When the tidal wave came and uh, the character of I think one character get drawn, right. The fact that the every tick sound in the movie shows that one day, which is 1 minute is 1 day. That 1.25 seconds, right? I think. So that's the fact that they show the tiniest bit of uh, fact into the movie, right? So I think it's very complicated, but I love that scene. I love the other scenes also, and we don't know the plot, even though we know that there will be an accident at outer space. So I think this very excites me that the plot twist is not the accident, but the after plot, which is the when the Cooper went into the fifth dimensional space inside the black hole. So at the end of the movie, it creates a question in the maybe me, only me or the others, that how Dr. Brand's life after Cooper go out from the black hole, right? I think the question inside me is still lingering, and I don't think I can understand that. But I hope uh, imagination can bring other things. Uh, so at the end of the movie, after watching it for the straight 2 hours, 2 hours 49 minutes, I think I would give 11 out of 10. Okay, thank you. That's all for me.
Okay, so my turn, right? I'll just give some short review on this movie. For me, Interstellar is probably one of the most audacious science fiction films ever made, and the complexities of space are on screen. But uh, this this movie's message is about mankind, our planet, and consequences of actions. Um, the plot twist is definitely one of the most original I've ever seen. Um, this film leads you to think about yourself and your plans in your life. Uh, I can't describe anything more. So overall, this movie was incredibly awesome. Thank you.
So hi, I think I will be next. I also will give my short review of this movie. Frankly to say, I'm not a fan of outer space movie because I have the phobia of to know what happened outside of our planet. However, I pull out my courage to watch this movie and found out how actually this movie is interesting. From this movie, I got to know a new world about black hole, about new planet outside of our galaxy, and so I got to learn new science theory of science about how time works differently outside of our galaxy, like how maybe like multiple minutes there is equal to 7 hours, 7 years in our world. And there is a lot of emotions there, such as a family emotions between Cooper and his daughter Merv, how he's really love his daughter, and he's somehow at first don't want to leave his daughter behind, and don't know what going to happen to him outside of the world, to just to save human population on Earth. However, he's still going outside. Sorry, he's still going outside to save um, human population and see is there any solution or any planet that they can go there to live a new life. And for a not a fan of outer space movie, I would give this 7 out of 10, since for 2 hour movies, there's some of scenes that kind of boring for me. We have to watch what happens, and somehow this movie make us to know what happened next. Like we're curious after this happened and what's going to happen. This is a good movie. The scenes is kind of look real, and I was kind of amazed how this movie can turn out really well. I think this is a good movie to recommend for others. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
All right, hi guys. So I will continue our discussion. So in my opinion, I like Interstellar movie because it focuses on love between family members and the sacrifice that a father must do, which is leaving his beloved children in order to save mankind and find a new habitat for human because of food source that begins to die. I like the character named Cooper, which is the father of two children, because he's like a guy that are just simple and casual. He also likes to take care of his children and spend time with them. And I also love how Cooper leadership in their mission to find new place for human to live. The story plot was excellent, although it's sad to see Cooper leave his daughter, Merv. The mission that Cooper and his team needs to face was really adventurous and excite me. As he travel between stars and galaxy, we can see how their age change as they travel through different time and space. Also, not to forget the two hilarious robots that help them in their mission, Case and Tars. The two robot was really make the mission funny and less intense. Another interesting event is when Cooper went into 5-dimension space, the Gargantuas. This is new for me because I never heard of space with 5 dimension. In that space, he find himself alone at first, but then this space, he discovered about the past in that space. So as a conclusion, I can say that Interstellar movie was really awesome with the high excellent graphic technology and sound. And I will recommend this movie to those who love science fiction adventures movie. And I will give the movie 8 out of 10. So I think that's all for me. Thank you.
We can hear you. Are you speaking?
Tak dengar. No, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear like a bit.
Yeah,
A bit.
a bit.
Slow voice.
I'm using my phone, so I don't know whether it's good or not.
Okay, right
Is
now.
it clear?
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yes.
Oh, it's clear already. Okay. Last, do you hear me?
Yeah, can hear.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to do a simple one because you guys have made you guys have gone so deep into the movie itself. Just wanna share with you that I just finished this movie in 2 days. I know it's weird. I mean, different from you guys, but actually it took such a big step for me to watch this kind of movie. So I think if people ask me like, will you recommend this to your friends or what? I will actually recommend this not just for people who love science, but also people who did not into this kind of thing like me, because I think this movie is actually an eye opener for me. I'm not a science fiction favorite thing like that, but actually at first when I watched this video at the first part, something that is so interesting for me is about the Murphy laws, where I think it's the turning point for me when I actually believe that okay, this movie is actually interesting enough for me to just continue watch it. So that's why uh, I was like, okay, let's just finish this. So the Murphy's law actually states something like anything that anything that uh, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Like, so I think it's something I never thought about, and it's actually give you like a big hint about what's going to happen in this whole movie. Okay, so not just about that, I'm also amazed with the like all of you said, the cinematography, the sound, the OST of this movie. It's very very beautiful, and uh, about the, you know, how it portrayed every scene. It's just very very beautiful for me because I love space kind of thing, but I'm not enjoying to learn about it. You know, I just love to see it. I'm not like want to study about it. So I think watching this kind of movie is actually a very good way to actually learn about more things, especially in this science world. Um, Last, I also discovered that there's actually much more that I don't know in this world, especially on this latest scientific discoveries. So I think I should do something like more digging into this kind of thing. So overall, I would recommend this to everyone. Like everyone can watch this movie. I think everyone will love it as much as we all do. But I will only give this movie like 7 out of 10 lah. 7 out of 10. So in conclusion, I think we have choose like the best movie to review for our second discussion, because it actually have so many lessons for us to learn, and it's actually give us more knowledge about scientific discoveries. So that's all from me.
Yay, thank you. That was so nice. All right, I would like to mention that a comrade of ours, Amir, he tried to be here. Amir, right? Yeah, he tried to be here. He really tried, but his internet just isn't letting him. So we are here to, we are sending our love to Amir here. So yeah, anything anyone would like to add before we end this session? Okay, I assume no. So yeah, I guess the general consensus is that we love the movie. No one gave it below a 5 out of 10. So I assume that it was honestly a really great movie. Thank you so much everyone for choosing such such an amazing movie to review. Right? I assume we all had fun watching it, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Is that all? That's the end. That's the end. Okay.
Okay.